Film noir isn't always about a gun, a back alley, and a detective in a coat. Sure, there's usually a crime, but inside that frame, the genres shift. Sometimes it's a thriller, sometimes a drama, and sometimes a psychological horror. The kind where fear doesn't come from being chased, but from not trusting your own senses. The Night Walker is one of those films. A woman, a husband, a death, strange dreams. But none of it feels simple. It's like you've stepped into someone else's world, and you can't tell what's real or who's making the rules. It's a story about fear, not of dying, but of falling apart, where everything looks familiar, just slightly off. And that feeling, between dream and waking, guilt and suspicion, pulls you through the whole film. So why watch it now? Let's take a closer look. Irene Trent lives with her husband, a blind, wealthy man who trusts no one. The house is locked down. Every word she says gets recorded on tape. He can't see, but he listens. And somehow, he hears more than he should.
Since I seem to have spoiled your plans for the evening.
I don't have any plans.
But he did, didn't he?
Then one day, he dies. Not just disappears, but triggers something. Because now, after his death, Irene's world begins to shift. Fear blends with memory. Dreams bleed into the day. There's a man she keeps seeing in her sleep. Not just recently, he's been there for a long time. Night after night, he returns, closer each time. And then, one day, he appears, on screen, in front of her. But here's the problem. No one else can prove he's real. There aren't many people around Irene. A lawyer, overly helpful, almost too involved, and a woman from their business circle, someone she barely knows, but who shows up at just the right moments. Too often to be coincidence. Meanwhile, the boundaries start to blur. Voices, places, faces, they repeat. Dreams spill outward. Reality echoes back. And each new event feels less like a solution, and more like another question. And all of this might pass for a breakdown, if not for one thing. People start dying, not in dreams, in real life. And the further it goes, the more the film asks, what's more terrifying? What's happening out there, or what's already breaking inside? This isn't just a story about fear, it's a maze, and the rules keep shifting. Just when you think you've figured it out, the film steps sideways. And the real question becomes, how does it end? And who makes it out alive? The first thing that grabs you is the prologue. A surreal montage of dreams, like a Rorschach test painted over a noir. By today's standards, it might feel a bit naive, but back then, it set the tone right away. You know from the start, this isn't about reality. It's about how it feels. What follows is a restrained, almost theatrical story. Irene is older, composed, seemingly proper, but her dreams bring up things left unspoken. Things she hasn't felt in a long time. Things she might not fully admit to herself. And those dreams get sharper. Then they start to slip into the waking world. A man appears. He looks just like the one from her dreams. Too perfect, too familiar. And suddenly you're not sure. Is he part of her breakdown, or is someone staging this from the outside? The film walks a fine line between illusion and reality, guilt and manipulation, emotional confusion and plain old deceit. Then it cracks open. Wax figures. A wedding. The frame shifts completely, and underneath all the dream logic lies something painfully real. No spirits, no curses, just greed, control, and fear. The further you go, the more it sounds like cold calculation dressed up as madness. This is noir that doesn't just show a crime, it buries it inside a delusion. So you don't just follow the plot, you feel the weight of it. The screenplay was written by Robert Bloch. Yes, the writer behind Psycho. So the split is deliberate. 2 sides to every scene. A presence just off screen. And you're not sure whose voice you're hearing. The Nightwalker may seem simple on the surface, but it makes a genuine attempt to turn noir inward, to make it psychological instead of procedural. And that's exactly what makes it hold. The Nightwalker doesn't try to impress. It doesn't push for twists or offer quick explanations. Instead, it builds layers, half-shadows, strange dreams that start behaving like facts. This is a film for those who like to look sideways when everything seems clear. For those who value the feeling of instability, when every character might not be who they seem, and even reality starts to shift its tone. It doesn't ask for preparation, but it does ask for attention. And in return, it gives you no answers, just an atmosphere that lingers longer than expected.